During a recent trip to upstate New York, we really wanted to hike up to the top of the Kaaterskill Falls. But all the state-run campgrounds were completely booked. So we ended up reserving a site at a private campground called Whip-O-Will. The office is located right at the entrance and you must check in during their open hours. Because the entrance gate only works with the physical barcode they put on your reservation slip. Meaning, if you arrive after 9 PM, you'll not be getting in. The moment you drive past the gate, it stops feeling like a campground and starts feeling like you entered a gated suburban community. The trailers here are not just parked, they are installed. You'll see wooden porches, decorations and golf carts. Oh my god. They are parked like family cars. To get to the tent sites, you have to drive through the entire mini neighborhood of permanent RVs. The roads leading up to the tent sites is very narrow and very steep. And even though the posted speed limit says it's 5 miles per hour, the golf carts clearly operate on their own rule book. We were a bit surprised when so many of the golf carts zoomed past us like it's qualifying for Catskills Grand Prix. We originally wanted Site 15 or Site 29, but they both were taken. So we booked Site 12 because it looked closer to the water.
Okay, so this is going to be our site for this weekend. Let's go check it out.
Since we arrived in the dark after 8 PM, we were surprised to discover that Site 12 is on a pretty noticeable slope that leans straight towards the lake. 2 picnic tables are definitely a bonus. The sites are very spacious and our tent is around 11 feet by 15 feet, and honestly, we still had enough room to pitch at least 3 more tents in our site. Next morning, we walked around the tent sites, and any tent sites that are close to water have uneven grounds and slope towards the lake. Let's start with the positives. All the tent sites have their own water hookup, which is a luxury according to us. Because if you just want to rinse off a plate, you don't need to hike all the way towards the dish station. There are 3 bathrooms here and each one has a toilet, a shower and a sink. The lake is open to all the visitors, and if you like to fish, then you can fish here without a license as long as it's catch and release. The tent sites are spaced pretty generously, and some of the tent loops are set far away from the seasonal residents here. Plus, the entrance is gated, so unauthorized vehicles can't just wander in. And now for the cons. First, this place is more like a trailer park than a campground. Out of all the 280 sites available in this campground, only 76 are bookable online. Meaning, the remaining 204 campsites are all seasonal or permanent residents. To reach the private tent sites, you have to drive through the entire residential style area. The vibe of the whole campground leans more towards the small town suburb than into the woods. Next comes the biggest nuisance here, the golf carts. It feels like every seasonal camper here at the campground owns one, and they operate on their own speed and their own clock. Quiet hours technically start at 8 PM with no golf carts allowed, but it looks like the seasonal residents didn't get that memo. There's one trash bin inside the tent loop, and apparently everyone treats it like a communal dump yard, just waltzing around at any time, even during late night. So even though the tent sites are far from seasonal campers, the traffic still came to us. Mobile service is very limited. Verizon gives you 2 or 3 bars, good enough just for calls, but painfully slow for internet. AT&T is just for calls and texts. T-Mobile acted as a raged teenager, sometimes on, sometimes off. Everything in this campground is heavily monetized. Guest Wi-Fi costs $5 per day and it only works near the office, where there's no table or seating. And I observed many seasonal residents here have private lines from the main office, so the network is already crowded. Here comes the next monetized thing, the showers. They take waters and the staff said each coin gives you 6 minutes of hot water. But I put in 5 quarters and the shower only ran for 18 minutes. The bathrooms do not have heaters. So if you go like us during fall, doing your business on a frozen toilet seat in the morning, let's just say it's an experience and not a pleasant one. The campground has a swimming pool, but with over 200 families on site with kids, you can imagine how packed it can be. Our main reason for staying here was to hike the Kaaterskill Falls and enjoy the Catskills. You can check out the itinerary here, and for that purpose, Whip-O-Will Campground gives a convenient base camp. But if you are looking for a peaceful, nature-forward camping experience, or if golf carts at 2 a.m. aren't your thing, this place might not check all your boxes.